Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back here down at the corner with your Almond Delights. And this week, we will begin our read of The Kingdom by yours truly, Mr. McShakie. You guys go over to Amazon.com and download your books today or purchase the paperback, whichever one you decide. But go over also to his YouTube channel, McShakie Live, and subscribe. You guys check the description box below for all of the links that you will need to download your book as well as to subscribe to his channel. Also go over to Instagram.com and follow him there. Y'all, we about to start reading. Let's see what it's gonna be about. Get your mugs and sip slow. We over here reading, y'all. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Almond Delights Reading Corner. I am your girl, Miss Almond Brown 09. And we are back for another read, honey, of The Kingdom. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys have had a wonderful start to your work week. I have had a wonderful day, but we'll talk about that later. And we're going to start reading to reiterate what happened last week. Y'all know we like to jump right on in. We'll begin at chapter 18, but we know that Artemis has now gotten all of her money from her inheritance from her father. She's gone to New York, honey, to be the socialite that she wants to be. Mona Scott Young, who we all know is love and hip hop and all that other good stuff. She found her, and now she wants to give her her own reality show. Mona is supposed to be meeting her at the hotel. Yada 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 yada. We know that Aries got arrested for double murder, which we know he didn't do, but they put Apollo in his place or whatever for him to play Apollo. So we are going to get started on that part of the book. So you guys, let's read. Chapter 18. Nigga playing on my phone, said Teddy as he put his phone away. He had walked into the executive office and took a seat. Since when do you come here and hang out? Asked Athena. Since when do I answer to you, Athena? Teddy asked Athena in return. Since right now, I'm in charge of the kingdom, she stated. Get the fuck out of here, Teddy said, looking at Apollo, whom he thought to be Aries, for confirmation on that. It is true, Teddy. I've given Athena control of the entire drug empire. You now report directly to her, said Apollo. Actually, you report to Buster. You are being demoted. You were Ares' second in command. You are certainly not mine, she corrected. Teddy looked at Apollo, puzzled. Ares, what is this? This shit goes against everything you stand for. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd ask you who you are and what have you done with the real Ares? Athena and Apollo shared a strong look. Teddy, it is a new day. The times of feuding with Athena over trivial matters are over. I trust her to lead the family to bigger and better things, said Apollo. In a nutshell, cousin, I'm in charge and I have made a decision. If you cannot live with it, say so. But I trust you will remain loyal, Athena stated. Athena, I'm family by blood. Not the king's side, but trust me, nothing is more important to me than family and our money. I've been dedicated and loyal for years, defended Teddy. Good then. Act as if you know your position. My order is for you to report to Buster, Athena scolded. And there will be no more hanging out at our family's legitimate business. Is that understood? Understood, Teddy said, getting up. He looked at Apollo and shook his head, and then walked out of the office, cussing Athena to himself. I never thought I'd meet a woman with bigger nuts than mine, said Apollo. First time for everything, dear brother. Speaking of Buster, however, I haven't been able to reach him all morning. Is that common? Not for him. Usually, no matter what he's into, he will call me back in about an hour or so, stated Athena, checking her phone. Maybe with all the excitement lately, he's taking some time off. Possibly, but I think he would have told me, said Athena, and then there was a knock on the door. Come in. Sir, madam, there's a limousine here to take us to the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Wyatt King part, Dawn announced. Damn, I almost forgot about that, Athena said as she got up and went towards the restroom. I'll be ready in a minute. Very well, ma'am, said Don. Oh, Don, after the ceremony, I'll be coming back to the office to do the proposal for the warehouse acquisition. Do you think that you could come back to the office for a few extra hours to assist me with the preparation? Asked Apollo. Of course, Aries, especially since my husband is still out of town working. I have nothing better to do. And since when do you do real work? She asked with an attitude that only she displayed with him. Since now, said Athena, stepping out of the bathroom. She quickly placed Dawn in check. Any more questions? No, ma'am, Dawn said immediately, changing her demeanor, and then she quickly walked out of the office. Apollo, Aries never asks, he always tells. You're the boss. You are in control. Stop acting like the subordinate, Athena instructed. Yes, sir, Apollo said sarcastically. Athena rolled her eyes. She was slightly disgusted. While she was in the bathroom, she called Marlin. Even though she had a date with Caleb that night, she just couldn't get Marlin out of her mind. She hated to admit that the young thug had turned her on. She was pissed because, just like a young thug, he was not answering her calls. She had called him twice on Sunday, and he didn't answer then either. She wanted to get him off her mind, but kept thinking about his vicious mouth game. Are you ready to get this dedication over with? She asked. Yes, I'm ready, he said, getting up. After you, Mr. King, she said, leaving the office behind him. He smiled slyly to himself. Buster was not answering Vanessa's calls. He had ignored her all day Sunday, and it was Monday, and he still had not called her back. I know he's not calling himself mad with me, she said to herself as she got off her maroon Acura TL sedan and walked up on Buster's porch. His Range Rover was in the driveway, so she assumed he was home. She stood there knocking on the door for several minutes without any type of answer or sign of life. She then decided to break into his house. Something was up, and she had to find out what. Just as she was turning around, she was struck by a hard blow to the face. The impact, mixed with the surprise, caused her to fall backward. There you are, sir. I programmed your new phone with all your old contacts, and you're all set, said the clerk. Thanks, he said. He took his new phone and left the AT&T store. He couldn't believe he let that nigga get a shot off. Luckily, he was quicker and better aimed. If he didn't, he wouldn't be standing there. He checked his phone and saw all the missed calls and messages. Damn, he said. You think the world couldn't turn without me? He limped to his truck because the bullet had grazed his right leg, and was deflected off his cell phone. The whole day Sunday, he couldn't accept any calls. He had come to the cell phone place to drop a cool thousand on a replacement, and then he noticed he had missed three particularly important phone calls. From Alexander McQueen to Theory in the Meatpacking District, to Barney's and Rag and Bone in Soho, to Bloomingdale's and Hermes on Fifth Avenue, Artemis was exhausted. She had spent nearly $200,000 in only a few hours on everything from designer dresses, handbags, and shoes to jewelry and accessories. She was living the life of a princess. Yet, she was glad to be back at the hotel. Yes, Paige girl, I'm walking the red carpet. My face all over the cover of People and being interviewed by Jimmy Fallon. I can't wait, Artemis said with her phone to her ear. She had arranged for her purchases to be delivered the next day. Of course, Paige, you can be in it. Every diva needs a fall partner. Artemis was excited beyond belief. She was on a natural high. She was young, rich, beautiful, and almost famous. All right, Chica, I'm at my room and need to relax and unwind a bit before Mona comes. She said her goodbyes to Paige and hung up the phone. She felt the world was at her fingertips and nothing at all could stop her. That was until she stepped into her suite. Say one word, bitch, and I'll blow your head off, the voice said as he grabbed Artemis from behind and placed a cold steel to her temple. She was petrified and thought she was about to wet her pants. Sir, I have no cash, Artemis cried. Please don't kill me. I'm not here for money. I'm here for a message, said the man. Unfortunately, Aries' attempts at contacting Roe Adonis, Artemis, and his uncles were not successful. He did not have his cell phone and he was pissed. He was stuck on the receiving tier in Orleans Parish Prison. He was considered high security because of his charge. A red band, as they call, because of the law red plastic ID bracelet inmates on violent charges wore. Aries was at the phones when he heard his cellmate, a big dark-skinned dude named Dino, call him. Say, Sally, look you on TV, Dino said, pointing out the television. Aries hung up the phone and made his way toward the day room area to see exactly what Dino was talking about. The television was turned on to the local evening news and a few other inmates were watching. That's right, Margaret. The mayor just gave a speech praising the many charitable efforts of Wyatt King. He has officially renamed Kaminsky Park the Wyatt King Park. The mayor also commended his children for picking up right where the philanthropist left off. In attendance were Athena and Aries King, two of his children and primary heirs, who recently gave a combined $3.5 million to charity. You see his son Aries here cutting the ribbon as the children entered the newly designed park. We spoke to Aries briefly at the ceremony, the reporter said, as the shot switched to a soundbite of Apollo. Aries sat fuming as he watched his imposter on TV, not believing his own eyes. My dad loved kids. He loved the city. Whatever he could do to better our community, he did. The renaming of this park is an honor that my sister and I are committed to continue, keeping it in accord with the King legacy of giving. Apollo smiled for the camera. Don was in the backdrop. His sister Athena was all smiles today. You see her here playing with the kids. She was just named CEO of King Enterprises by her brother. Sources close to the family say this came as a surprise as it was well known fact that the two were rivals, but you could not tell that today. Back to you, Margaret. Athena had Aries enraged. That rich cat looks just like you, young blood, an older inmate that everybody called Flo said. You right, old timer. If it wasn't recorded live, I swear it was Apollo, said Dino. My name isn't Apollo, Aries said as he stormed off to his cell. Once in his cell, Aries paced back and forth. He couldn't sit still for a second. That bitch, he said aloud. Athena had pulled off a major act and he had to get out of it. Fuck! Then he hit him. The other guy Artemis had tried to tell him. Someone at the bank looked just like him. He didn't pay any attention to it then, but he realized then that Athena had found the person that looked like him. The bitch hired an impersonator to replace me? He couldn't wrap his hand around the whole scheme yet, but it was starting to get clearer. He was sure of one thing. Athena set it all up. He finally willed himself to sit down. He took out a pad and pen and began to write. Athena, get me out of here. I know you set me up and I know you got some actor out there pretending to be me. I'm your brother, Athena. That nigga ain't me. These people trying to give me the death penalty for somebody who I ain't. You won this round. You pulled off a classic act. You got that. So get me out and face me like a king. One way or another, I am going to get out of this. And I hope that is because you came to your senses so I can spare your life. If you don't, then I will not be so compassionate. When you get this, get me out. I'm in Orleans Parish Prison under the name on the front of the envelope. Aries. Aries placed the letter in the envelope and addressed it from Apollo Robinson. He sealed the envelope, licked the stamp, and then placed it in the envelope. As he did that, he looked up, and there was Dino standing up and groping himself. I like how you licked that stamp. The limo dropped Athena off at her car and then brought Apollo and Don to Crescent Motorsports. Crescent Motorsports was under the banner of King Motors and one of the several car lots that was King owned and operated. Crescent Motorsports, however, had the distinction of being the most renowned leg of dealerships in the King orbit. It was on prestigious Julia Street in New Orleans Art District. Crescent Motorsports was the only place in New Orleans to find high-end sports and custom cars. Bentleys, Aston Martins, Bugattis, Jaguars, Ferraris, and more were found on the Crescent Motorsports lot. Tired of your Lambo? Aries You love that car, said Don. I just need a little something different, said Apollo as he opened the door for her. This surprised her. They walked into the recently renovated showroom. Hi, welcome to Crescent Motorsports. My name is Melissa. How can I assist you? Said the hostess approaching them. I'd like to look at a few cars, Apollo said. Do you have an appointment with one of our personal sales associates, or? Melissa asked. No, but I was hoping to speak to someone, said Apollo. I'm sorry, sir. This is not your average dealership. Usually an appointment is necessary, Melissa said. You might want to make an exception, said Don. At that moment, a sales associate walked by. Melissa, do you know who this is? No, said Melissa. This is Aries King, one of the owners, said the sales representative. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know, she explained. It's okay, said Apollo, smiling. The entire staff made a big deal about the owner in the house. They ushered Apollo and Don into a private office in the back of the building. Then the general manager came in. Mr. King, it's a pleasure. I'm sorry about Melissa, the general manager began. What can I do for you today, sir? I'm looking for a new car for myself. Something light, not too flashy, and something for my loyal, underpaid assistant, said Apollo. Athena had told him to spend some of Aries' money, so that's exactly what he was going to do. The general manager nodded and then exited the office. What? Mercedes asked. Don't worry about it. I'm paying for it, Apollo said. Think of it as an early Christmas bonus for staying late and helping me with those proposals we'd have to do. It's not that. In all the years I've known you, I have never seen you this nice before, she said. A little something different, he replied. At that moment, the manager came back in with two top members of his sales staff. One was to take Apollo, and one would take Don around the lot to select the cars of their choices. They were treated like royalty the entire time. They were pampered, and every whim they had was catered to. They test drove some of the most expensive cars on the market. Apollo was enjoying being a king. At first, he was intent on making an escape, but those thoughts were gone. He realized that the police of New Orleans were in his family's pocket, and going to them would guarantee his death. Not to mention the fact that he had committed a felony by witnessing two murders and not reporting them. He was about to commit an even graver offense. Once he submitted the warehouse proposal, he could be caught up on money laundering charges. He couldn't stop now. He was in too deep. If he could stop, though, he wouldn't. The money and the power were addictive to him. Aries was respected and revered, and he felt every part of that every minute he was being. He wanted the feeling to last forever. Eventually, Apollo settled on a moccasin black Rolls-Royce Ghost EWB sedan with a price tag of just over $356,000. For Mercedes, he bought a brand new tricked out gold Porsche Panamera Turbo S. Sir, those are excellent choices. We will go ahead and build them to the King family's open account and have them detailed and delivered to your office within an hour. Our car service can take you to your next destination, said the manager as Apollo signed the paperwork. Dawn could not begin to hide her excitement as they left the Crescent Motorsports showroom, hand in hand. And scene. So that was chapter 18. We're going to take a brief intermission and come right back. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back here down at the corner with your Almond Delights. And this week, we will begin our read of The Kingdom by yours truly, Mr. McShakie. You guys go over to Amazon.com and download your books today or purchase the paperback, whichever one you decide. But go over also to his YouTube channel, McShakie Live, and subscribe. You guys check the description box below for all of the links that you will need to download your book as well as to subscribe to his channel. Also go over to Instagram.com and follow him there. Y'all, we about to start reading. Let's see what it's going to be about. Get your mugs and sip slow. We over here reading, y'all.
Woo, child. We are back, honey. We are back with our next read. Our next chapter is chapter 19, honey, of the kingdom. I hope you guys are relaxed. let's uh let's keep reading. Chapter 19. What's the message? Artemis whimpered. This one is for your family. You bunch of disclaimer. There will be some cussing. Cussing. Heavy on the cussing somewhere in this book. So let's start back. This one is for your family. You bunch of apes think you're ready for the big leagues? We can pick you off like monkeys you are, the man said. I don't know what that means, she said with tears rolling down her cheeks. Just deliver the fucking message to your brother and sister, the man yelled. Okay, sir. Whatever you want, just please don't hurt me, she begged. My orders aren't to hurt you, but I might just sample your hot black ass, he said as he felt Artemis up with his free hand. Artemis shook uncontrollably. No, please, no. Shut up, whore, he said, pressing the gun against her head harder. I'm not always known to follow orders. He slipped his hand underneath her Balenciaga pink and white checkered skirt and found she didn't have any panties on. He made his way to her mound. Naughty, naughty little slut. Please, sir, don't do this. I'll deliver your message. Just please don't, Artemis said, and then elbowed him directly in the groin area. At that moment, the man struck Artemis with the butt of his gun as hard as he could. She was knocked out cold. Fuck, he said as he held his nuts, immediately regretting his actions. Attacking her was not part of his original instructions, and his bosses were not to be fucked with. I warned that stupid black whore, the man said, and now he had to explain to his boss exactly how he had pistol whipped the target. He hurriedly left the room, and Artemis's body laid on the floor. She was oozing blood from the spot where the pistol had opened her head up. Vanessa had a pistol in her leg holster, and she desperately tried to reach it, but the attacker hit her again before she could get to it. Bitch, the female voice said. Where is he? I knew he was cheating on me. The woman delivered blow after blow to a slightly dazed Vanessa. Then Vanessa got her bearings and issued a hard elbow to the woman's stomach. The woman fell back, allowing Vanessa enough time to obtain her weapon. The woman got up and rushed Vanessa, who brandished her 38. This stopped the woman's rush instantly. Listen, sister, his dick might be good and he might be popping me off, but not enough to lose my life over. Girl, you can have him, the woman said as she put her hands up in a surrendering position. So, you hit me because you think I'm fucking Buster? Vanessa asked. Well, you were at his house and I haven't heard from him since Saturday. What was I supposed to think? Vanessa looked at the woman. She was a total hood rat. She had a blonde quick weave, big hoop earrings, and gold teeth. She wore green contacts and had neon green acrylic nails. She had on a wife beater over a sports bra and a pair of sweats with some tennis shoes. She had big titties with a huge ass. I should blow your head off for hitting me like that, Vanessa said, putting her weapon away. I'm not fucking Buster. I work for him. Oh, the woman said. Well, I'm his old lady, Dee Dee, and I came by looking for him. He was supposed to take me and my kids to Chuck E. Cheese's yesterday. He didn't show up and didn't answer his phone, said Dee Dee with a switch of her neck. That's why I'm here. We had some things to set up and Buster never showed. That is not like him at all. I know, child. It's my bad for sneaking you. I thought you was a bitch he was creeping with, but it's like Buster just disappeared. Yeah, Vanessa said. Do you have any clue where he could be? I'd hate to think something is wrong. No clue. That's why I'm here. Something ain't sitting right. I know. As much as I hope I'm wrong, I really believe that Buster has gone missing. Vanessa stepped out of Dee Dee's listening range and dialed Athena's number. Mona led herself into Artemis's penthouse suite. She was, as she usually is, fashionably late. Darling, I brought champagne to toast the occasion, she sang as she entered the suite. She hesitated a moment when no one responded. Artemis, honey, are you decent? She called out, switching on the light. Artemis, are you here, darling? She walked all the way into the living area. Artemis? At that moment, Mona caught sight of the body. Ah! She screamed out and accidentally dropped the bottle of champagne. There was blood everywhere, and Artemis lay motionless on the floor. Mona rushed to her side. Artemis, darling, wake up! She shook Artemis, but Artemis didn't respond or move. She felt her pulse, and it was very faint. God, oh God! Mona let up and ran to the phone. She dialed the front desk. I need an ambulance now! The Jazz Playhouse was an elaborate lounge and restaurant located on the top floor of the Royal Sonesta, New Orleans, in the world-famous French Quarter. It had stunning views of Canal Street and an elegant and romantic atmosphere. It was high-end with a live New Orleans jazz band. It served traditional Cajun, Creole, and New Orleans food. Athena and Caleb were seated at a corner table facing each other. The ambiance was soft and romantic, and the food was delectable. Athena was impressed. Caleb was trying to woo her, and she liked it. So then Rodessa gets up, runs to the bathroom, and before she can get to it, she throws up all over Charmaine's carpet, said Athena, as she and Caleb shared a laugh. They were sharing cottage stories, and it felt good to let her hair down. I don't have any drinking stories, but I did experiment with marijuana, Caleb lied in an attempt to appear realistic. Get out of here, said Athena. You mean to tell me Dr. McNair, the prempare and perfect, was a weed head? We all have our vices. A roach here or there is mine, announced Caleb. Is, not was. Do you still smoke weed? Occasionally, he smiled. Hope it's not a turnoff. Honestly, it's perfect that you're not perfect, said Athena. She paused, smiled, and then continued. I have been looking for a reason not to fall for you, and I just can't find one. That's something telling you to listen to your heart, Caleb said, pointing to her heart. She blushed and dropped her eyes. Athena, I would like to ask you something, and it would kill me if you deny my request. What is it, Caleb? The second I saw you, I thought you had the most kissable lips I've seen, and I've been dying to know how they tasted. Athena smiled. Well, why didn't you say something? Athena leaned over and kissed it. He kissed back in a picture perfect scene. Over the candlelight and the pristine view, she wished that she could have that moment last forever. It was as if nothing could ruin that instant. At that moment, her phone rang. The couple broke their kiss, both blushing, as she reached into her purse to see who was going to pay for their bad timing. It was Vanessa. She decided not to answer and sent it straight to voicemail. She then turned her phone off. The kiss from Caleb was magical, and she wanted more. Sorry about that, she said. Did they teach you how to kiss at Cornell? No, Athena. That is all natural. Really? In that case, there is something I'd like to ask you, and it would crush me if you would deny my request, Athena said, countering his earlier statement. Caleb grinned slightly. And what is that, Miss King? Well, would you like to come over to my place? Check, please, Caleb said, waving over the waitress. The first thing he did was dial Athena's number, and the call went straight to her voicemail. She had been calling him since Saturday night, and now it was as if she was ignoring his call. Damn, he said to himself. He wanted to let her know that he was not dodging her, which is what he thought she was thinking. He momentarily put thoughts of Athena aside. He had business to attend. He dialed Ares' number. Hello? Apollo answered. Yeah, Ares, the deed is done. When can we meet to settle up? Who is this? This is Marlin, homie. Apollo remembered the name Marlin, but failed to connect any dots. He did not know what Marlin was talking about. Yeah, okay, Marlin. What can I do for you? Stated Apollo. Pay me, said Marlin through the phone. Pay you what? Asked Apollo. Ares, what's wrong with you? I handled that bids for you. Now it's time to settle your debt. You heard me? I'm sorry, man. I don't follow. Marlin wondered what kind of crackhead game Ares was playing. Little did he know, he wasn't even talking to Ares. Say, dog, you tripping. You might need to be having my stuff together ASAP. Marlin would have done the deed for free, but it was a respect thing, and he was not about to get played out of what he was promised. There's no need to get hostile. I truly have no idea what you're talking about. All right, I'll send you a reminder, said Marlin, and then the line went dead. Apollo shrugged, thinking about how weird the call was. He then went back to concentrating on the printout of financials he was going over. He was back at the King Towers and was busy at work. Ares, I have to admit, I've never seen you put this much effort into anything, said Dawn as she entered the office suite. People change, Apollo replied. I suppose. But seriously, this is a real good proposal. It is concise, clear, and fair. If I hadn't witnessed you dictating myself, I would swear it was someone else's work. Thanks, he said, looking up at the beautiful Dawn. I mean, today you just haven't been yourself. You were considerate, well mannered, and tempered. You were even getting along with Athena. Are you feeling okay? I'm fine. Just maturing, I guess, he said, smiling. You don't like the new Aries? Actually, the new Aries is a man at perfection. You know I've always been physically attracted to you, but the new you almost made me forget my husband. Before Apollo could respond, the phone rang. He answered it. Aries, this is Teddy. The voice identified himself. Teddy, I thought you were supposed to report to Athena. I can't get in touch with her right now. Besides, I'm not sure you want her dealing with this, Teddy said intently. Apollo listened as Dawn made her way around the desk and began to massage his back. All right, Teddy, what happened? They found Lonnie's body. It was in the trunk of a Malibu on the lot of King Chevrolet. It was all fucked up. The assholes were trying to send a message. The manager called the police, and the police are everywhere. Apollo vaguely remembered mention of Lonnie as a new mule in the family's drug empire. He felt there was something else, but Dawn was using her tongue to tickle his earlobe, so his concentration was shot. Who did that? He asked. Ares. Who did you send him to? Asked Teddy, confused. I hear he had the Rachmaninoff family symbol carved into his chest. The Russian crime family? Asked Apollo in amazement. Don began nibbling on his neck, easily turning him on. You sound surprised, Teddy said, almost irately. I'm not, Teddy. I will handle it, but right now I have to go, Apollo said as he hung up the phone. Don, let's get out of here. You got me open. I was wondering what you were waiting on, she said, embracing him and delivering a passionate kiss. You want me to lick something else like that stamp? Asked Ares. Fucking right, Dino said, walking towards Ares, grabbing himself. As soon as Dino was in reaching distance, Ares delivered a hard left jab straight to his groin area. Dino keeled over in pain as he bent over, Ares issued a brutal uppercut to his jaw. Blood spattered everywhere as the blow nearly broke every bone in Dino's jaw. Dino screeched out in pain. Don't cry now, faggot ass motherfucker. You was gonna try me, huh, bitch ass nigga? I'm Ares King, bitch nigga. Aries screamed while he got up and wrapped his arms around Dino's neck. Aries had him in a deadly headlock. Man, I can't breathe, Dino said, gasping for air. That's the least of your worries, Aries said. He pulled hard right with his left arm and jerked left with his right arm. Aries snapped Dino's neck like it was a twig. Dino's life body lay on the floor. Aries then spit on Dino's dead carcass. Aries went over to Dino's bunk and got 2 candy bars out of Dino's locker and then left the cell with the candy and his letter. He walked over to Flo, who was still in the same spot watching television. Say, old timer, make sure you send this letter out at mail call for me. Here are 2 Zuzus for taking care of business, Aries said, giving Flo both the candy and the letter. No problem, young blood. But why can't you do it yourself? Asked Flo. Because I'll be in the hole, you heard me? Harry said, and then walked off into the dorm's control room. He knocked on the window. What you need, Robinson? The officer asked. Aries cringed at the name. Come get this dead nigga in my cell, he instructed. What, Robinson? The control room deputy asked, now at full attention. They got a dead motherfucker in my cell. Come get him out, Aries growled. The deputy sounded the alarm for all the inmates to lock down. Teddy looked at the phone perplexed. Aries had hung up on him as if he did not know or care what the situation meant. Something been completely off about that nigga lately, Teddy said to himself. Giving all the power to Athena was by itself enough to have Aries' head examined. Teddy had to get to the bottom of what was going on. Nothing made sense. He made a resolve to get with Aries early the next morning and have a heart-to-heart with him, a heart-to-heart talk with him. Right now, he was pushing his Escalade across the bridge. He had to do some damage control. Not only had the police found Lonnie's body, but Buster's body was discovered as well. And scene. Oh my goodness. So wait a minute. Okay, so that's the end of our read this week. That was chapter 18 and chapter 19. I'm in confusion. So as usual, I'm gonna share the link with y'all real quick. Anybody want to jump up here? We talk about what went on, what happened. Hey, everybody that's listening now, or may watch the replay. Shout out to the members, honey. Shout out to the Almond Delights. But also, I'm in confusion because I thought that Buster wasn't dead. So how Buster body was found too? Is anybody else in confusion that's here listening that want to talk? Because I thought Buster got away. We know Marlon got away, but I thought Buster got away too. But clearly, he did not. So I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness. So what y'all think? Athena, I think, oh my goodness. I think this whole thing is gonna go to hell in a handbasket because Teddy ain't going for it. Teddy really believes that something is going on with Aries, as I think we all can see that. That's not Aries, it's Apollo. But somebody about to get tripped up because Marlon trying to get his money from Aries, but Aries trying to hunt his Dawn. He don't know what's going on. Vanessa done got beat up. But thank God she didn't shoot the girl. She found out that there was Buster's girlfriend, or old lady, or however she called herself. But anyways, that was our read for this week. Like I said, it is going to be a whole mess. Hold on real quick, because I hadn't got real distracted real quick. Had to do something. We didn't know Buster. We didn't know if. But okay, so who was trying to answer phone calls? Because remember the person that was at the phone place said they had missed 2 important phone calls. And so Athena and Vanessa tried to call Buster, right? Buster got shot in the leg, supposedly, and the bullet ricocheted off the phone. But then Marlon got away too. He said he couldn't believe that the first person said that he couldn't believe that he let the other nigga get a shot off. So I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. I'm in confusion. I am in confusion. I am sorry. Let me see. Let me see how long chapter 20 is real quick. Let me see. I might be able to get through chapter 20 real quick. Oh no, I can't. Dang. I was gonna give y'all chapter 20, but it's too long. So we have to wait till next week. So next week we will continue our read of the kingdom, while I do my church announcements. If you guys are up there in the clouds, if you guys can please drop down with your chocolate and your sun emojis, and I am going to give you my church announcement. So if you are an author and you would like to have your book read down here at the corner, please go ahead and email me at almondbrown09@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/almondbrown09. You can also DM me there. If you would like to send a book or a gift or whatever have you, you can send that to my P.O. Box, which is Almond Brown 09, P.O. Box 1058, Starke, STARKE, Florida 32091. You can put that there. Also, if you are an author and you would like your book to be available on Audible, I am available on Audible to be your reader. You can find me on Audible, and I will have to get the link for you guys to my profile, but you guys can find me on the ACX website, and that's for authors that upload their books and would like to have it read out loud. It's acx.com, and I am Almond Brown over there as well. So let me see real quick if I can get the link directly to my profile. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on. Oh, I don't know how to share it with you guys. But it's acx.com. Um just type in acx.com, and to find a reader or an actor is what they call us over here. Narrator, if you what have you, you can find me there, Almond Brown. And you will see my picture. I actually have on this blue fedora in my profile picture, so you can find me there. Let me see. Get on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Do, do, do. Child. Well, you can find me there, acx.com, and then type in Almond Brown. And you can find me there. Wednesday, you guys don't forget we have our Around the World with us, and that is with myself as well as Polo, the creator, and it will be Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. over there on the West Coast. So this is Polo's channel. It will be on her channel this coming Wednesday. If you guys have any stories that you guys would like for us to go over or give our opinion and thoughts on, you guys can email me at almondbrown09@gmail.com. I always forget Polo's. I always forget hers. Email me. I'll be forgetting hers. Polo, if you're still in the chat, you can put your email address in the chat, please. Hey, Miss Marla, you can put your email in the chat, please, Polo, because I forgot your email address, child. You got about 3, 4, 5 of them. I don't know. But it will be over there on her channel this coming week. This will be I think, our 5th episode, if I'm not mistaken. I think it'll be our 5th episode. And so we'll be there, you guys. We've been having good subjects that we've been talking about. So we'll be there this Wednesday. Catch me on Saturday. If something changes, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. But catch me on Saturday. We have our watch party over there on Twitch. Sorry you guys missed me this past weekend, but I wasn't here. So if Polo, put your email address in the chat, please, for anybody want to send, if y'all want to send Polo a story, Polo or myself, you can send her or I the story, and she'll get it to me or whatnot. But yeah, so this coming Saturday, we have to find something to watch. I'll probably try to get one of Soap and Washes, one of his movies. So this is what I've been doing for those of you that do join us for our watch parties over on Twitch. Um, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Shadia. Send me that, the link to that. Look at you. I know that's right, girl. You better work. Can I see it? No, you have to put your email address and then put dot the word dot com. So you can't put it all together. If you put it all together, it's not going to show up. Polo. So just put the beginning of it and then write the word dot com. But yeah, so I'll have to this is what I'll be doing. I hadn't got distracted. So on Twitch, so you guys know we watched The Color Purple. And I had to pay for that. But as of as of now, let me go and see real quick before I tell you guys a whole story. Let me make sure they didn't put a strike on here. I don't think because I haven't been back over there. Oh, I don't see any messages. Hold on. Nope, I haven't gotten any. I didn't get struck. So what I did was I made sure after we watched the movie, I just went ahead and deleted it. Although I don't like deleting it because I want people to go back and still be able to see what it was that we watched. I will if a movie is paid for, I will have to delete it because I don't want to get a copyright strike on my Twitch. So we can watch paid movies. Shantae did send some coinage for us to watch a couple of movies. So that will probably last. Depends on how much the movies are that you guys recommend. But I know Soap and Wash recommended a couple of movies, so I'm trying to go back to his, and they cost. So I'll let you guys know if the fund runs out, then we'll be back watching free movies. So like I said, if you guys want to watch any movies that are paid, then you will have to donate into the Watch Night Fund. Otherwise, on Amazon Prime, we will be watching all free movies. So, oh, she got Shadia, girl, don't do me like that. I didn't know the link. That's why I told you to send it to me. Shadia, you got to send it to me. I didn't see that. I didn't know how to get to the link. I didn't know how to get to the actual link to share me with you guys. So thank you, Shadia. Oh, I love you. See my alma berries when I fall, you pick me up. I appreciate that. But then we'll be back here next Monday. Y'all, when I tell y'all I am so full and I am so thankful and so grateful for everything that's just been happening. If you guys are part of my membership, you guys see the behind the scenes footage. Oh, you did? Okay. You guys that are part of the membership, you guys get to see the behind the scenes footage of me at the recording studio and the things that I have to go through in order to record the book that I am now in session of recording. So shout out to all of the members that are there and that give me feedback and comment on the videos that I have been putting up for you guys there. Again, this is the author of the book that I am now recording. So she will be the first Audible reader, the Audible author that I read for, but she most certainly will not be the last because I know God. I know God is going to place and continue placing authors in my path, um, or placing me in their path for them to be able to reach out to me. And I don't have to necessarily go out and sell myself, so to speak. So to speak. So they've been coming and reaching out to me, and I am so appreciative of that. That's why I tell people all the time, you can't tell me. Thank you so much, Angela. You was looking for the Color Purple Live? I had to delete that. I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Marla. But I am so grateful and so thankful. And that's why I say you cannot tell me that there isn't money to be made out there. You just have to sit down, put yourself put yourself out there, depending on what it is that you want, speak it and do it. You know what I'm saying? It may not be you might not be on the airplane flying. You may just be down here riding on the bicycle right now. You know what I'm saying? You're getting there slowly but surely. It'll take you a little longer to get to your destination right on that bicycle, but trust and believe, as long as you keep pedaling, you're going to get there. So eventually I'll be on that airplane, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on the airplane getting to where I need to go, and so I'm so grateful that I'm able to take you guys along with me during all of this and showing you guys because y'all step out there and you guys, y'all root for your girl. And so it does not go unnoticed because I'm forever grateful. And I always tell y'all thank you when you guys, y'all cheer me on and congratulations and things of that nature. Is very well received here with love. And okay, yeah, the studio live, you have to be a member. I'm not putting that out on the whole in the YouTube streets for everybody to see because that right there is a paid project, meaning I had to pay for those sessions. I'm paying for those sessions, so I can't put those out here on the street. And I'm reading the book, like they're actually hearing me read parts of the book. So I don't want to put all of it out here on the forefront where everybody can see, and then you don't go buy the book. You know what I'm saying? So I just do that. Look, she said those bloopers had me like, what's going on? You read, listen, Angela, it's so different. It is so different because here, oh no, you find Angela here. When I'm here, I can make a mistake and not have to go back and and stop myself and then read the sentence over again. It's just part of the whole, part of the whole process. And then sometimes, you know, when I'm reading the book, and I've had to do this, but you guys don't know, I'm actually either spell checking or grammar checking the book. I'm having to add words where those words should it was words that should have been there, but it's the wrong words, or is different names that is put in the wrong spot in the conversation that we're speaking of. But you guys can't tell because I mean, and this is my first time. Like I said, I read these books with you guys. This book here on Mondays, I read the books with you guys when I sit down. When I close this book, I put it on my nightstand and I don't read it again until I pick it up again next Monday. So it looks easy as I'm doing it, but you know, there are, there are errors in the books that I've been reading, but you guys don't know because excuse me, I don't necessarily show it. You know what I'm saying? So I just do my thing, so I don't listen, I'm gonna need you to start begging then. I'm gonna need you to start begging. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a little please, please, baby, please. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Pull up all and listen, just like you bought all them coloring books. Come on now. It's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. But no, they get to see everything in its rare form. And it ain't no like I'm stopping the camera so they can see the perfection. With no, they see everything. Right. I'm talking, they can't hear the sound engineer on that one talking to me, but they saw when I was doing myself what I had to do. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. So today I will tell you guys, I recorded 10 chapters today alone. That's why me reading it was I kept kind of messing up a little bit tonight because I've been reading for I read for 4 hours straight today. 4 hours straight. That's in between time when stop, go here, go there, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just been wonderful. So I go back tomorrow night. I'm trying to get this done, So I go back tomorrow night at 9:30. I go back to the studio. 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, I'm back at the studio. Saturday morning, I'm back at the studio to record. So hopefully we'll be able to get everything semi done, you know, so to speak. So tomorrow night, I have really no limits on the amount of time. Neither does he. This is what he does. He's a sound engineer by trade. He does this all day long. So after he is. Listen, let me tell y'all how good God is. For those of you that may be listening over on Anchor, the conversation is about to go beyond the book. So if you guys would like to leave, you can. If not, join us over here on youtube.com/almondbrown09. But thank you guys for listening over on the podcast, anchor.fm/almondbrown09. But let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all how good God is, right? So I was talking to my client about doing the reading, and I was like, well, I need to find me a recording studio, somebody that can help me, da da da. So she was like, I know somebody. My son cousin is a sound engineer. He has his recording studio that he does. So I can get the number for you. So it was three numbers I had to give her, and she needed some people. I gave her all the numbers for the people she needed for venues. My tax lady, my CPA, and it was somebody else's number I gave her, and then she gave me his number. Boom, right? So I looked him up on Facebook to get okay. She gave me his Facebook. I looked him up on Facebook, shot him a text message, let him know what was going on. Boom, I met up with the dude. We sitting there talking. He's a preacher's kid, just like me. So y'all already know how that went down. We started talking about church. This our first consultation, the first meeting. We started talking about church. We started talking about everything, all that good stuff, right? And so that was the first picture that I showed you guys of when I first went to the studio. So we're talking, talking, talking. So then I talked to my best friend. I was telling my best friend, my guy best friend, I was telling him, hey, this is what I'm doing. Remember the book I was reading? Oh, I got this. I got to go to the studio, da da da. So I never gave him the person's name who I was going to. Then I was like, oh, yeah, this is who I'm going to. He was like, him? And he said his first and last name. I was like, yeah. He was like, man, that's my god brother. I was like, you're playing. He was like, no, seriously. He was like, that's my god brother. You remember? Da 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 da. He started running off names. I was like, are you serious? Oh my goodness. So he turned out to be a preacher's kid. He also plays music at the church with doing praise and worship. So he does the same thing that I do. And then his god brother is my best friend. So it's just like everything just started coming together. So today it was so easy, so smooth the transition. So in the middle of him, and y'all know how I do with y'all when I'm talking, everything turned into a song. So I was doing that. He started laughing. He was like, "You so funny," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's what they tell me." And then he said something, and then I started singing. And he was like, "All right, now don't have me pull the keyboard out." So and then so I started singing. I need thee, oh, I need thee. I started singing. Next thing you know, in my headphones, I hear the keyboard because he in another room, you know what I'm saying, doing his little sound engineer thing. And I'm out there, he played the keyboard. So here I am. I'm out here now. I ain't reading the book right now. I go into whole praise and worship mode. I go into whole praise and worship mode with this dude, and he on the keyboard playing in his room. I'm singing on the microphone, and he was like, "All right, now don't have me put you on one of these songs," because he let me hear because he does engineering for different singers and stuff. This man, I was like, Lord, it's so funny. And his wife, cool, but I haven't met her yet. But he was like, she's the director at somewhere big somewhere. And I was like, well, I don't want to come late and take away your time away from your wife. Da, 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 da. He was like, oh no, she good. She go to sleep early when she come home. She do eat, do whatever she got to do, and she go to bed. So by the time I come tomorrow, she's gonna be in the bed because I'm like, I don't want to impose on the time that you need to spend with your wife or whatnot because they don't have children at the house or whatnot. So he was like, "No, you good." But yeah, we just sitting there. I'm talking about a whole praise and worship, man. I went into a whole preaching mode. You would have sworn, honey, if it was some drums in there, baby, I would have got up and went to shot. Got up and shouting. But yeah, he was like, "All right, now." He said, "But you got a good tone. You got a good tone to you." And I told him, I said, "Listen, I sang for the Lord, honey. I sing in the key of A, honey, under the anointing. Don't ask me to sing in no F sharp. Don't ask me to sing in no C flat. I don't know none of that stuff. I just sang and that's it." So, but he was like, "Yeah, you go. Don't have me put you in one of these songs I'm over here recording." And it's crazy. And he's recording something. He was recording something, some stories out of the Bible. He let me listen to some of them. I said, "It's so funny that you play that because somebody told me that I should get an OnlyFans page and read the Bible." I was like, "Are you serious?" But he was like, "You know what? That's a good idea." I'm like, "Don't tempt me with a good time now." Because I'll be right back over here in this session recording for my OnlyFans page. I'll be right back over there recording for my OnlyFans page. So, and this is what I tell you, it's just good to be yourself. Be yourself and be humble, be down to earth, be just everything. People can open up and talk to you. So I said, well, you know, well, let me know how much it is, however you charge. I don't know. And so this is his first book that he's recorded. Now he's done voiceovers, but he's never recorded somebody recording a book. So he was like, well, I don't even know how to price that. So I say, well, whatever you say, I'm good. I don't know what to tell you because I don't know how much somebody would charge for that. So whatever you tell me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you, nah, I can't pay that. Whatever you say, that's what I'm gonna pay. So then he told me a price. So I said, all right, cool. How you want me to pay you? And so he was like, nah, wait a minute, wait a minute. So he just sitting there thinking about it. So I'm just sitting there on my laptop or whatever, pulling stuff up. And so then he was like, you know what? Nah, scratch that. He said, well, I just charge you per book. Lord, I thank you. Because what he was charging, now it wasn't no bad price. It wasn't a bad price, but for what I have to do as far as reading, re-recording, having to stop and edit, da 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 da, and all of that stuff, it was gonna cost a girl a pretty penny, which I was down to pay. Like I said, I told him whatever you're gonna charge, I'm with whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna talk you down. I'm in the business of my prices are my prices, and you can't talk me down. So I would never do that to somebody else and talk you down out of your price and your the quality of work you're gonna give and everything like that. So when he told me, I was like, okay. So he said, listen, he said, because I know you about to record 4 or 5 books. I said, you better speak that. You better tell me, okay? Yes. So he was like, yeah, you get, you know what I'm saying? You get over here, we're gonna do as much as we can. And when I tell you God is so good and just place the right people in your life and not saying that he's not doing it for the money, but at the same time, you understand what somebody's doing, you understand their gift and what I'm doing for him, he could put that now on his resume. You know what I'm saying? When he's out there putting himself out and letting people know what his resume is, you know what I'm saying? Now he can say that he does edit and record people that do audible books. You know what I'm saying? So he helping me, I'm helping him, we helping each other. We in this together, and it don't hurt the fact that he's a whole preacher's kid, and then he is God brothers with my best friend. Yes, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just so happy, child. Y'all listen. I'm like a whole chest side cat over here. So I just had to give y'all that little quick testimony, honey. I just had to get out that quick testimony. Yes, honey, Miss Marla, girl, you know I got to testify, honey. Somebody ought to testify. Yes, your gifts will make room for you. I truly, truly believe that. Girl, Shadia, hush, girl. No, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Yes, it is a small world. God is good. Yes. 6 degrees of separation. I mean, just right there. And it's so funny. Another thing that's funny, I say it's funny, but it ain't funny. He went to school with my little sister. Cause I'm like, how don't you know me? Y'all know my ex-boyfriend. What my ex-boyfriend, not my kid's father. My ex-boyfriend is a musician at the church. So I said, well, don't you know such and such? And he was like, yeah, I know him. Now I ain't tell him who he was to me. I just said, do you know him? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, this is the church I go to. That's my daddy. He was like, no, are you serious? So then my sister, and when he told me where he grew up at and where he went to school, and I was like, well, my sister went there. What year did you graduate? So he graduated a year before, no, a year after her. So I said, well, she was there then too, and I said, well, this is what she looks like. He said, wait, she a tall girl? I said, yeah, we're all tall. So he was like, wait a minute, she do this, she do that, she in the military? I said, yep, that's her. And so he was like, oh my goodness, it's just a small world. So he went to school with my sister. He's god brother to my best friend. He's a preacher's kid, and he's also the cousin of my client's son. So, baby, when I tell you, honey, God will place people in your life that you need. They need you. We need each other, and we're gonna do this thing. So that's it, child. I ain't gonna She gave me that same scripture, but it's for her. Wait a minute, what scripture I gave you, girl? Because you know I be giving you some of it, okay? Oh, I'm going back up to y'all comments. Thank you so much. Lord, she's talking about she po. I am done. Oh, y'all talking about football or something. I don't know. But anyways, that was our read of the kingdom for tonight. We'll be back next week for chapter 20 of the kingdom. And when you got something to share, God will send you the platform for your audience. Miss Marlowe, girl, speak, Lord, speak to me. Oh, speak, Lord, won't you speak to me? Oh, I was so blind. I was so blind until you spoke to me. Speak, Lord. Let me get up here. Let me get up here because y'all know I will start clowning on y'all. In a good way, in a good way. But honey, we'll have a whole praise and worship on here. I'm gonna have to end this live and come back to something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I thank you guys for joining me tonight for our read of the kingdom. Hopefully you guys come back. You guys come back next week for our read. Don't forget, like I said again, join us next on Wednesday around the world with us with myself and I meant to put up the darn overlay, not to play the whole this. Around the World with Us feature Almond Brown oh 09 and Paulo the Creator. We will be back Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. if you over there on the West Coast. We'll be back here Saturday for our watch party over on Twitch. I don't know what we're watching yet, but just watch my community wall. That's where I place everything at. If any information that I need to give you guys, it goes there. If I cannot upload a quick video, it goes on my community wall. Shout out to the members. You guys know y'all get y'all things on y'all own community wall. So I don't know if I'm gonna record tomorrow night because it's gonna be pretty it'll be pretty busy. And the way I like to record, I don't like too much light around me. I just like the illumination of the laptop. So that's why the video that you guys saw today, it was kind of that way. I don't like a whole lot of light. So like this right here, the way it's bright, I will not record like this. That's just it takes me out of my aura, out of my everything, out of my element. So I like for the ambiance to be dimly lit. So it was the middle of the day, but it was still dimly lit. You know what I'm saying? So but I don't know. Tomorrow night is gonna be a late one, so I don't know if I'm gonna be recording. But if I do record, you guys know it'll be up on the wall. I tried to go live with you guys today, but the way the microphone is set up, like I don't know what it is with my cell phone, it just makes the microphone just static. Like I had to literally put my phone almost in another room because it just was static and so bad. So when y'all saw me record, it was okay right there where it was at. But then as soon as I turned the phone off from with you guys, I started hearing static pick up in the microphone. So he took my phone. He had to take my phone from me or whatnot. So yeah, that's why you guys I couldn't go live with you guys. Oh Lord. Lue, if we do that, then I'm gonna come back. I'll come back, Lue, and talk about that. Give me a second and I'll come back. But yeah, and after this video, if you guys like I always tell you guys, please exit, press the X, get out of the chat, refresh your phones or your laptop or your tablet, whatever device you're reading off of or listening to me off of, and come back and leave a comment under the video. You guys have been doing good. Okay, Miss Marla, good night. You guys have been doing so good with leaving your comments under the video. Where was I just saw her? Oh, there it is. I've been sawing you. You guys have been doing great leaving your comments underneath the video. So please come back and leave comments under the videos, letting the people know how you like to read, and whatever else was said in this video. If you guys are watching this on the replay, please leave a comment under the video. It helps with the algorithm to push us out there further for other people outside of us to see. You know, the more the merrier. We love the Almond Delights. So thank you guys for dropping your chocolate and your sun emojis in the chat earlier. And for those of you that may be joining us on the replay that may be new here, chocolate and sun emojis represent the love and light that the Almond Delights spread to one another over here and as well as everywhere else out there. And shout out to the ones that when y'all speak to me in the chats out there on the streets, y'all use y'all chocolate and your sun emojis. I really, really, really appreciate. Um, I really, really appreciate that. She said all I saw on that post was the guys. Oh my God. Y'all recorded doing something else. Girl, you a mess, Louie. Girl, you a mess. But I'm gonna talk to y'all later because I keep on running my doggone mouth. But thank you guys for everything. And if I didn't say it, well, I know I didn't because I ain't been back. But thank you guys. Thanks for the cash apps. I appreciate you guys for sewing into me when you do so into me. It's appreciated but not required. So I do thank you guys for that. But I'll talk to you guys later. Like I always tell you, smile at somebody. It'll change their day. It may even change your day, honey. Even with a mask on, they can still see it in your eyes. I love you guys with the love of God. And there is what, honey? Nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all later, child. Bye.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back here down at the corner. Thank you all for joining another episode of Almond Delights Reading Corner. I pray that you enjoyed yourself and you're relaxing your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. Come back and join us again next week as we continue our reading. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Be blessed and enjoy your evening.